Okay, good morning. Let's go out to the garden. It's pretty out. And let's plant some carrot seeds, and I want to show you my wife's strawberry bed I put together. All right, I bought some 5-gallon buckets, and I just drilled a bunch of holes in the bottom of them so they drain good, and I'm gonna plant some carrot seeds in them. Now the reason I'm planting carrot seeds in buckets instead of in the garden beds is because of the mulch. It would be kind of difficult to keep the carrots, the mulch from covering them up when they're little. And the reason I mulched early, see, usually you'd mulch it after most of your stuff's up, and then you'd turn around, and that would be the point where last year's mulch would be getting pretty thin, be easy to rake it back, put in your seeds, and then later on in the season you'd mulch everything in. But last year I put this topsoil in my beds, and this stuff had the most wonderful crop of weed seeds in it. I fought them all summer long last summer, and this summer I decided, no, this ain't working out. I'll just mulch it all in, and that'll make everything easy. All right, I'm just scattering them with my fingers. I know I'm getting too many, but that's perfectly all right. I can always weed them, thin them out, do whatever I need to do. Now these are really tiny, so you don't really want to put more soil on them. Just kind of stir the soil with your hand, and that'll get them in there enough that they're going to work fine. So, and that kind of helps spread them out sometimes too. So that's it. That's planting carrots in a bucket. And I always do end up with just a little extra something that I want to plant after I've already planted everything else. And so the 5-gallon buckets will be handy from now on. And also the nice thing about a 5-gallon bucket, talking about thinning carrots later on, you know what, I can pick that bucket up and I can put it in my wheelbarrow and have it right at a nice comfortable level to work on, instead of being down in your hands and knees working in the bed. All right, let's show you the wife's strawberry beds. I just put these together for her last week, and all I did is I laid some cardboard down on the ground. You can see I got it sticking out a little bit all the way around. You don't want to put your beds down and put the cardboard inside. You want it like this if you can, because that way you just know you're not going to have any grass and weeds that are going to grow up between the edge of that cardboard and inside and the edge of your bed, where it's real hard to handle and take care of. I built her a little patio, and all I did is I bought these little red patio blocks. They were from Walmart. They were inexpensive, and I don't remember now how much I spent, but it wasn't a huge amount. I think they were a couple of bucks a piece. And they're a foot square, so I only needed a dozen of them. Now I put in the bottom of the box about 1 inch of compost. Now, I'm going to pull the straw out. I just put the straw in temporarily. I'm going to put a little wood chip mulch in there after I plant the strawberries. That way it's real easy, if you want to brush that back, place a runner, bring it back around them if you want to. The guy had an interesting story about this mulch though. I bought it at a little farm supply store in the next town over that I shop at now and then. And it's Farmers Union Co-op is what it is. And he had these big bags of mulch out there, so I picked one up. And he was telling me this is cotton burr compost. And he told me it's got a little smell to it, which boy it did. When you first got it out of the bag, ooh, baby, that had some smell to it. But he was telling me an interesting story. He said this is the organic stuff and it's from the north part of Texas. He said that the stuff they make, the cotton burr compost they make in the south part of Texas that isn't organic, they use arsenic in somehow in the process of composting it. So he thought this was a lot better, and we're going to see. I imagine it'll probably do great. But anyway, that's oh, one more thing. I was going to tell, I have purchased, and it hasn't showed up yet. It'll be here this afternoon. Maybe we'll get started on it tomorrow. Some bulk wood chip mulch. So I'm going to mulch all my little paths in my garden, in between the beds, and mulch around the outsides of the beds about a foot or two to make everything neat, nicer appearing, and so the wife will allow me to keep gardening. All right, well, thank you. That's all I have today. You have a quality day.